Welcome back to the Combat Sports Report. We are continuing our coverage of the Portland Invitational. Today, we have a familiar face on the show. You've seen him in New York. You've seen him in Chicago. Always has a longer day, plenty of subs. Always fun to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today, Sean Taylor. Sean, how are you doing today?
Good. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. I know you're a really busy guy between competing and your academy and everything else you have going on. So that kind of brings me to my first question. You've got so much on your plate right now. We've seen you open an academy. You're still actively competing. How do you find the time to make these trips, man, all over the country?
Well, I look forward to these trips, honestly. I like the last one. I'd never been to New York, so that was a lot of cool to check that out for the first time. And I used to live out west, actually. So as soon as I saw Portland on the map, I was like, I definitely want to make it to that. So I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to compete. And I look forward to these tournaments. Like in New York, we went out to Times Square. I think it's called the Rockefeller Center. In Portland, we'll probably go up to Seattle, Mount Rainier or something. So I try and turn it into, it's a business trip, but I try and make a little vacation of it too.
Absolutely, very relatable, man. I totally get it, and I have to ask, where from the West Coast are you from originally?
So I'm originally from Montpelier, Ohio. I was born and raised here, but I moved out to Chico, California when I was 21 years old, and I lived there for about 3 or 4 years. So that's only 4 or 5 hours from Portland. So I have some friends in Bend, Oregon, so they'll probably come up and watch. So that'd be cool.
All right, cool. That's interesting. I thought you were just Midwest to the core. To find out you were out west for a little bit. That's
a touch
of
of me too.
Kind of throws me for a loop there. So we've seen you compete time and again here. If people are familiar with the tournament and they're kind of a fan of what we have going on here, you know Sean is going to come out. He's going to bring it. You're going to see him later in the day. He's probably going to leave with a couple subs under his belt. What do you think it is about you that allows you to be so successful consistently? Is it your style? Is it your mentality? What is it?
I think it's definitely my style with your guys' tournament and your rule set works out pretty good. You guys favor top heavy wrestling, which has always been my style. And I've just been, I don't want to give away too many secrets, but I've been working on my subs a lot and I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded. The New York tournament, the same with the Chicago tournament. I got the 2 guys I lost who ended up winning the tournament, 2 really tough guys. So I feel like I'm right there I just need to lock in a little bit more.
Absolutely. I mean, the random seeding kind of throws guys too. Typically, if you kind of know your opponents, you're like, all right, I should be able to kind of sit back, play legs on this guy. I need to ramp up the intensity for this guy. The next one might be a little bit easier. We'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, I mean, we all know, like, you're always right there. Like you said, it's just a matter of the bracket shaking out a certain way, and we'll see. But I mean, you're always must see TV. I'm excited to see you come back. I have to ask though, with this new academy, how are your rounds affected by this? Are you kind of putting yourself in more situationals with your students, or are you still finding those hard rounds?
So that's the beauty of my academy is I can go to Defiance, Black Market Defiance, and there's some killers over there. So I'll go there once or twice a week and they'll push me to the brink of exhaustion. So I've been going over there and then splitting time between, I'm also coaching wrestling right now. So that's a lot on my plate. So that's districts is this weekend. And then I'm good on that. So I can just focus on jiu-jitsu for a couple of weeks.
All right. Very busy man here. I have to ask, most guys, when they decide it's time to start coaching, they almost kind of, if they don't fully step away from competition, they really take a step back. It's kind of like, oh, I'll only focus on IBJJF, or I'll only do the ADCCs that are local, or there's just kind of a give and take, I guess. But you're in this position where you're just as active as ever. I mean, was that something that was important to you when you opened up the academy?
Yeah, for sure. And coaching has made me a lot better at jiu-jitsu because when you're coaching, sometimes you just do stuff as an athlete and you really don't even know what you're doing. But when you're coaching, you really have to sit back and be like, all right, if I'm going to explain this and try and teach other people this, I got to actually know this. So it's made me grow a lot as a jiu-jitsu competitor.
Okay. So are your students going to be tuning in, watching you compete in March?
Yep, I believe so. Probably a couple pay-per-view links from you guys, and I'm sure some of them will tune in, buy it.
All right, cool, man. We'll make sure that we get you a nice little package for the team to watch. But this Portland bracket also includes Evan Proxmire. So I mean, you guys have a little bit of a history there. You guys know each other well. you showed up to Chicago as teammates. You guys had a match, and then next
First
thing
match.
I know, Evans, excuse me, in Fort Wayne, and then you're kind of starting your own academy. So I mean, I guess could you kind of talk to me about that dynamic there? I mean, you're obviously familiar with each other. What's the story?
Yeah, I Evan is one of my good buddies. I love the guy. He's definitely a character. So, but no love lost. If we have to go against each other, I know he's gonna bring it. He knows I'm gonna bring it. So, but we started training together in Defiance, and we got along great right away. We're similar sizes. He's super passionate about jiu-jitsu. We have completely different games, so he makes me better. I make him better. But I get along great with Evan. He's still one of my good buddies to this day, even training in Fort Wayne with those guys who are also a bunch of killers in Fort Wayne.
I was going to ask you about that next. So, I mean, considering you guys are kind of not really right on the border, but pretty damn close. So, I mean, do you ever drop in with each other? Do you ever see Dom and the crew come to your spot? Do you ever go to theirs? Is there any cross training?
So I haven't been over there in a couple months, basically because wrestling every weekend. I'm busy doing that. But Dom and those guys have always been super cool to me, welcoming me to their gym. So I'll drop in there once a month or so, once every couple months, just to get some different looks. But those guys have always been super cool to me. So
Okay.
hopefully they drop in at my gym someday soon.
We'll have to make that happen. If we do, make sure some cameras are there. We'll get some content out of it. Do a little cross training embedded.
For
But
sure.
if this bracket does line up and you know the MMA gods smile upon us, you get Evan again. How does the match go down? What can fans expect?
Evan's going to be hunting legs, and I'm going to be keeping my legs back, is basically how that's going to go down. So he's super tenacious with his leg locks. And that, I mean, I'm good with leg locks, but it's not really my favorite part of my game. So I will, with someone like Evan, I'll just no leg locks. You know what I mean? Keep them back, use my wrestling, and I'm sure it'll be every time I roll with Evan, it's like, dude, you're getting so much better. So I'm sure I haven't rolled with him in a couple months. I'm sure he's gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot better, so it'll be a good match.
Evan reminds me of a Donald Cerrone in a way. He's got a I don't even know how to put it. He's just got this working class, like blue collar man chip on his shoulder, and he just comes to fight just that same way too. Like we're gonna hunt it, we're gonna do what we do, and that's what it's gonna be. I'm looking
He's
forward to it. We'll see how it shakes out.
he never wrestled either growing up, and if you look at him now, he's got the gnarliest cauliflower ear you've ever seen. So if I was standing next to Evan in a room, you'd probably think he'd kick my ass.
Right. He hasn't been shy about competing. I mean, I've seen him everywhere. I watched I was a live stream for I'm spacing the name. It was Kumite sub Kumite or something. And yeah,
Inside
just Evan.
that kid, and
Yeah, it just Evan leg locking everybody. That's just what he does. Leg lock the world.
yeah,
Um,
I will be avoiding that at all costs.
all right, you heard it here first. If fans are not familiar with you and they're watching you compete for the first time, what can they expect from you? How would you describe your style? How would you put your game into words? What can we expect?
I'm going to come out, try and get a takedown, try and dominate top position, and either get to a crucifix, hit a guillotine if they try and wrestle up, and that's pretty much it. Wherever the match goes, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm comfortable off my back. I'm comfortable with leg locks. I'm comfortable standing up and wrestling. So wherever the match goes, I'm pretty confident in my game.
Okay. And you've trained out west, so I mean you've kind of gotten to see the difference. I always compare the Midwest wrestle jitsu as kind of like the polar opposite of the West Coast pure jujitsu, where those guys are very sport jujitsu, very little aspiration for MMA overall. You just see a lot of guys that kind of focus on the competition side of grappling. So my question for you is, are you familiar with that style, and do you have a game plan in place to kind of negate that, or do you feel your wrestling is kind of enough to shut that down?
So I've trained out west a little bit in Chico, and then I've been to a couple gyms in Bend, Oregon when I visited, and it is definitely a different style. I see you guys have a lot of 10th Planet guys coming, which is going to be completely different than jiu-jitsu around here, but I definitely am comfortable wherever, like I said, wherever the match goes, whatever they're trying to do, I'm confident I can shut their game down.
All right, absolutely. And to be fair, it's statistically speaking, your likelihood of being born Asian is exponentially higher than just any other race. So I mean, when you're hosting a tournament out west, the likelihood of a competitor being 10th planet is exponentially higher than anywhere else in the country. It's just the way things go.
I've been seeing you guys every post you make. It seems like it's a 10th Planet guy. I'm like, oh man,
it's crazy how densely packed they are versus I always say like you out east, it's like every corner has a Henzo Gracie and a Dunkin' Donuts, and then you go out west and it's all 10th Planet and Starbucks. It's insane. So this is my last. Oh.
So I love the whole 10th Planet vibe. There's no 10th planets around here, like you said, but I would love to drop into one someday.
Yeah, those guys are afraid of the cold. That's my take on it. I don't know how true that is, but so this is my last question for you, and I'll turn it over to you. But when this Portland tournament is over, everybody's been exposed to Sean Taylor. They know what you're about. What are people going to be saying about Sean Taylor after this event is done?
They're hopefully saying he's the champion of the 159.9 bracket, and hopefully 4 submissions. And like I said, I'm not going to give away what subs I'm going to be hunting, but I'm looking for 4 subs, top first place, and bringing home some gold, bringing home some money, actually.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to see it. Sean Taylor back at his normal weight class. He's hunting subs. He's not going to tell us what. We're going to have to see that. Tune in on Venture Combat if you're going to want to watch. But Sean, I'll turn it over to you now. Now is kind of your time. If there's anything we didn't cover you'd like to discuss, any shout outs, thank yous, training partners, call outs, sponsors, shoot.
Shout out to all my training partners at my academy, Black Market, even Evan Proxmire. Shout out to him because he's made my game a lot better. Shout out to my friends, my family, and I assume my grandmother will be coming to Portland with me too. So shout out to her too. And that's pretty much.
Shout out Grandma Taylor. We're gonna be there. Is it Grandma Taylor? Is it dad's side of the family?
Her last name is Schumann, actually, but
Grandma
she's
Schumann
in New York. She's at Chicago, so she'll definitely be there.
Oh, okay, cool. Grandma Schumann getting on the road with us. So
he'll probably be coaching me unless I can talk one of those Fort Wayne submission guys into cornering me. So
I feel like they can't help themselves. I see you guys like anybody that like Dom is slightly friendly with. He's in the corner like, hey, hey. So,
I envy that about their school though. Hey.
So. Yeah, that's one of those things, man. Like my first Muay Thai fight ever. Every time I got kicked in the leg, the guy's corner was like, hey, hey, and I like looked at my corner. I was like, guys, like hype me up, man. We got to win the judges over here. What are we doing? It's just interesting to see it in jiu-jitsu.
Every time you pass guard or something, you have a whole team behind you yelling. Like,
I mean, you're not going to miss any points. That's for sure. So we'll see you in Portland, Sean. I thank you for the time. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar, Sean Taylor is a super tenacious competitor. He's been with us. This is going to be his 3rd outing. Always leaves with a winning record. Always leaves with a couple subs under his belt. Guys, must see TV. Tune in on Venture Combat to watch the live show. Actually, subscribe on Venture Combat. You can watch the live show and Sean's library. Check that out. But Sean, I thank you for the time. We'll see you in Portland. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Nick. Sounds good,
Thank
bro.
you.